Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, allow me to thank the government of Pakistan and the organizers for giving me the opportunity to address this conference. Trade controls have long been regarded as an essential and legitimate tool for the purposes of disarmament, arms control, and non-proliferation. They are a practical means for implementing the basic rules of multilateral disarmament and non-proliferation instruments. They can also provide tools to prevent the diversion of these items, unauthorized recipients, or for unintended purposes. They can further facilitate development and trade in commercial goods by providing clarity, coordination, and predictability with respect to the handling of dual-use items. At the same time, the role and effectiveness of trade controls face challenges due to change and developments in the international situation. These trends can affect the efficacy of efforts to control specific technologies as well as the effectiveness of particular regimes. Rapid and accelerating developments in technology can create new risks to international security and stability faster than our institutions can develop new rules. This is a key challenge we see on issues relating to attempt to control missiles, cyber capabilities, outer space, autonomy, and uncrewed systems. The growing diversity of producers and users of dual-use items also poses a distinct challenge, especially as so much innovation is now driven by private and commercial actors. Effectively engaging these stakeholders is increasingly important, not only because of their domestic influence, but also because of their expertise and experience. Existing export control regimes can also face particular challenges from changes in the international system. As the UN Secretary-General observed in his report, Our Common Agenda, the context for collective action has evolved over the past 75 years. When the Charter of the United Nations was developed, multilateralism meant cooperation amongst a small number of states. As older proliferation-sensitive technologies have become widely diffused and newer technologies spread rapidly, international controls can only be effective if all the necessary actors, manufacturers, exporters, and importers, play a constructive role in the rule-making process. Keeping ahead of these trends will require policymakers and diplomats to be similarly innovative in adopting the tool of global governance. This is an example of why the Secretary-General has called for a new form of multilateralism, one that is more networked, more inclusive, and more effective in addressing 21st century challenges. As he argued, any effort to manage risks must navigate this complexity and seek explicitly to incorporate these new approaches where they are likely to deliver better outcomes. In this connection, I will briefly describe two areas where the United Nations has a strong role to play in fostering international cooperation on strategic trade controls. First, in the area of conventional arms, the Arms Trade Treaty has been an important achievement. While export controls in the field of disarmament have been traditionally pursued to advance international security and stability, the ATT uses these tools to advance humanitarian and human rights principles, as well as to safeguard against acts of gender-based violence. However, the ATT is still far from universal. Key arms producing, exporting, and importing countries remain outside the treaty. Second, the United Nations has a central role to play in assisting states to prevent non-state actors from acquiring weapons of mass destruction. The interconnected global supply chain, coupled with rapid advancements of technologies, has lowered the barriers for non-state actors to gain access to materials and techniques necessary to acquire weapons of mass destruction. Security Council Resolution 1540 of 2004 has proven to be an effective and universally accepted framework that has enabled states to work together to accomplish their non-proliferation goals. It has greatly contributed to the strengthening of national controls and has complemented many other international arrangements. It does so while upholding the right of all states to participate in the fullest possible exchange of equipment, materials, and scientific and technological information for peaceful purposes. Our experience in supporting the resolution has demonstrated that inclusive approaches must remain the cornerstone of our collective efforts to address proliferation challenges without hampering the development of commercial, industry, and technology interest. Towards these ends, engagements with industry, academia, and the private sector has been a critical factor. International cooperation and assistance are also key aspects in ensuring the successful application of export controls at the global level. Regional and sub-regional arms control institutions and arrangements also have an important role to play in articulating regional concerns and promoting cooperative action, and this should be more broadly recognized. In conclusion, inclusive dialogue will be an essential requirement for ensuring our existing and developing tools for trade controls remain fit to address the 21st century. I hope this conference will promote a useful exchange. I wish you success in your deliberations, and I thank you very much for your attention.